and welcome to the Gersonzero Video Game Awards 2016. A night dedicated to showing what video games truly are about. And we have many guest speakers being presented tonight to showcase us never before seen footage of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Kojima's new game, and lastly, Shenmue 3. Now, before we continue with this prestigious award show, we're gonna go ahead and talk about 5 games that Zero has completed tonight. There are a couple of rules that come into play. I know, you guys are excited about Breath of the Wild, never before seen footage. We actually have Link in the back. Yes, the Link. So now, the rules are as follow. He must have beaten the game, or gone far enough to nearly complete it. Now, without further ado, here's the list.
Hardware Rivals was available at no additional cost to PlayStation Plus subscribers sometime in 2016. I enjoy vehicular arena games like Twisted Metal and Vigilante 8. If you're asking, yes, I put Hardware Rivals over Rocket League on this list because it's more of a traditional car combat game. Your goal for the most part is to destroy the opposing team or everyone in your sights. Not to say it's the only way to play, because there are objective modes too if that's your thing. You can take control of buggy-like vehicles or tanks. Each have a different feel. I use the tank mostly for trophy hunting purposes, but I preferred using buggies most of the time. They're faster and are a lot more mobile compared to the tank. Tanks are stronger in comparison and have much higher defense, which means they could take a beating, but when attacked with all the weapons picked up through each stage, you can take them out pretty easily. What's so cool here, the maps also have designated special attacks that have to be activated. Once activated, it destroys all vehicles across the map. Sounds pretty cheesy, but once someone enables the strike, you could take cover indoors or take high ground depending on the attack to avoid destruction altogether. A lot of reviewers bash the game for being less than Rocket League, but in my opinion I enjoyed it more because it's not a sports game with cars. It's a throwback to games from the past that I crave since 2012's Twisted Metal. Remember when the Expendables had a game on PSN and Xbox Live? That was pretty bad, but thank goodness for Broforce. Broforce is more Expendables than the actual Expendables, unless we're talking about the Expendables expansion on PC. Anyway, fans of Contra or run and gun games in general will enjoy Broforce. Taking action stars from the past 30 years of film, then making a parody of each one is the concept here. There's so many characters here to play as, from the Boondock Saint to Ash Williams. I enjoyed this game's hardcore difficulty so much. Each mission has you go from point A to point B, mauling everyone down and blowing everything up. So much stuff happens on screen that it's quite common to die. Unlike the usual run and gunner, each character functions as a life. When killed, you're given control of a random character until you run out of lives. Unlocking all the bros requires you to free prisoners of war. Each bro has a different attack and signature move. Enemies fill the screen and can be overwhelming if you're playing safe. The goal is to play reckless. The bosses are so much fun to fight, especially when they are getting stomped to the ground. Did I mention that you can piss on Satan's grave? Good times.
What a year for PlayStation Plus, isn't it? And I want to go ahead and present this award to Sony's Andrew House. Come on stage, Andrew House, and accept this award. Oh yeah. Oh, hang on. Oh yeah. But he's coming though, right? You message him, you text him. Okay. So he hasn't arrived yet. But on to the next award.
Probably the best game out for the 3DS this year. Pokemon Sun and Moon, and in my case, Pokemon Moon, is so much fun. I'm not a hardcore Pokemon fan. In fact, the only Pokemon game I've ever completed was X. Moon is beautiful with its tropical style and upbeat soundtrack. Have you ever played a game that just never gets boring? I know that's a bold statement, but currently I'm about 30 hours in and every hour was a blast. I'm using a mixture of old and new Pokemon. In my squad I have Alakazam, Beware, Umbreon, Primarina, Wimpod's evolved form, which I forgot the name of, and Boldor. Boldor hasn't evolved yet because for like a whole day I couldn't find my 3DS, and that was the day my sister came over to do the trading. Anyway, this game is awesome and you should check it out. If you haven't seen my review for Tokyo Mirage Sessions, I'll leave a link on screen and in the description. Originally known as Shin Megami Tensei Cross Fire Emblem, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is a turn-based RPG with a musical theme. Battle takes place on a stage and special attacks, team-ups, and more have a performing art focus. This sets it aside from most RPGs released today. Heck, I can't even think of an RPG on older consoles with a similar style. Since Atlus developed this one, it plays a lot like Persona, SMT4, and anything else in the Shin Megami Tensei line of games. Just with Fire Emblem characters in the mix. It reminds me of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because each Fire Emblem character acts like a stand. I put about 65 hours into this one. It's not including the times I died during a few grinding sessions, which meant starting from the last save. This game was the second RPG I beat this year on console, my first being Type 0 HG, which I have no idea why I completed. Been rusty with console RPGs as of late, and I'm just now getting back into them. And yes, I have Final Fantasy 15. I'm still playing for review, so don't worry, you'll hear my opinion on that soon.
Now, the moment that we've all been waiting for. Breath of the Wild gameplay! World premiere! You wanna play? If that didn't make you reserve a Switch, I don't know what will.
Alright, so I put Enter the Gungeon on this list, but barely. Originally I had about 12 hours clocked in and my son switched the save slot, making it appear as if I lost my save file. After putting in about 13 plus hours into my new save point, I then realized that you can switch to different save slots. What a waste of time because each save slot now has different accomplishments. So Enter the Gungeon is a dungeon crawler style shoot 'em up. The gungeon you tackle has 5 floors to blast through, and each floor hopes to halt your progress to the next level, testing your skills along the way, and ending each floor with a boss fight. Weapon pickups are essential if you want to survive because this game is brutal. I wouldn't call it bullet hell, but it's definitely borderline. There's so much guns to pick up and each have a different feel. The presentation and style is something else. The music is freaking awesome and the graphics are pixel heaven. The overall design is just perfection in my opinion. Remember how I said Pokemon is one of those games that never gets boring? Well, move over Pokemon Moon because you have a roommates.
We appreciate everyone's attendance tonight, and if you appreciate the GCVGA 2016, hit that thumbs up button and be sure to share it with all your friends. Now, I just got a text message from Andrew House and the Hideo Kojima. Now I know why he hasn't appeared on stage yet. Now, Hideo Kojima was going to show gameplay for his new game. What's the name of his game? Death Stranding. But unfortunately, their plane got delayed due to inclement weather. Now I know why they didn't get here. Make sure you blacklist me, okay? Time to talk about the games that Zero is looking forward to. We still have Yu Suzuki, so stay tuned.
I can't say I'm hyped to play Persona 5 because I never played 1, 2, 3, and barely played 4. But I'm definitely looking forward to finishing 5. Persona 5 is looking to be the ultimate JRPG on the PlayStation platform. The battle system seems to perfect everything the series has done in the past, and even the dungeons are looking super stylized. The graphics also looks as close to an anime as we would want. I'm still debating if I want to review this one because it seems like it's going to be about 100 hours, but who knows, maybe I'll go ahead and review it in the summer. I don't know which of the two Sonic games I'm more excited for, Sonic Mania or Project Sonic 2017. So I put them both on the list. Sonic Mania is looking to scratch the itch of our old school appetites, even more so than Sonic Generations did, and Sonic Project 2017 is looking to massage our ache for more Sonic Generations. The only one of the two shown in depth was Sonic Mania, and that possibly can't turn out bad judging by the gameplay shown thus far. Just know I'm getting Sonic Mania, but before reviewing it, I will be covering Sonic 1 through 3, including Sonic and Knuckles.
Yu Suzuki can't make it. He's too busy working on that stupid Yakuza game. Shenmue 3. Cut some more Zelda footage. Show it! Show it!
How about Demon Souls, Dark Souls, and Bloodborne? Can you guess how many of these games I completed? None. Nioh looks more up my alley with its Onimusha style, and hey, Team Ninja is behind it, so it could end up great. Or not, since they tarnished the Ninja Gaiden name thanks to 3 and Razor Edge. But there's a lot of potential here. My only concern is the environments, which seem very similar due to their gloomy look. I've avoided most of the recent coverage because I've already decided to purchase it day one after playing the open beta released in 2016. Growing up on the PlayStation meant you more than likely owned one of the Crash Bandicoot games. Finally, Crash is back, and with games guaranteed to be awesome. Crash Insane Trilogy is a compilation of his first 3 games, but with a new look. I personally love the new art style. It's not a complete remake because the original level geometry is what's used for each stage. The developers are saying they will be streamlining the first game, so I don't think it'll be as difficult. It's going to be priced as a budget title, and I think that's wonderful. There's a lot of value here because the first 3 games are really long if you're going for 100% completion. Doom released in 2016 and looked cool, but I never played it. Strafe looks like Doom on acid. If it was made in the 90s, that is. Strafe is a first-person shooter that takes place in a space station, but the twist is the levels are procedurally generated, meaning it's not completely randomly generated. It's just along the lines of Enter the Gungeon. The action looks fast-paced, plus the replay volume looks to be through the roof. By the way, if you haven't seen the advertisement to this game, please check it out. You will thank me later.
I hope you all enjoyed the show tonight. Now, make sure you hit that thumbs up, share the video to Jeff Keighley, and tell him this is how you do an award show. Everyone, thank you for showing up tonight. Happy New Year!